I'm Cindy Buffington, and I started working about a year ago at Grayson County Shelter over here on Morton Street here in Denison. I got there about the end of October, and about 4 days after I arrived, Johnny arrived. Where is Johnny's baggage? She came with this box. Everything she owned in the world was in this box, and she brought it with her, and she kept it with her. She didn't let it out of her sight. She didn't go anywhere without it, and she was always reaching into it to get what she needed, because she knew what she needed, and what she needed was here in Denison at that shelter, and we were going to give it to her. We were going to do it for her. She had plans. She had goals. She was talking a mile a minute, and she knew what she needed to do, and she started doing it that very day. I caught my breath after she'd been there about an hour and went, oh, what have I done? Can I keep this job? Oh, well, here we go. I told her I would be glad to be on her going home team. My job is to help people move out of homelessness into their own rent house or apartment when they're ready, and I am blessed to do that. But I told her she had to captain that team. I would just be a player. And I can't wait for you to hear Johnny tell you tonight how she is coordinating her game of life, her team that she has recruited to help her, her game plan she has designed for herself, and she is playing a winning game. She is going places. Her life is so together, and I admire the daylights out of her, and I love her to pieces. Where is she? Johnny, you ready to come tell us your story?
How's everyone tonight? I'm elated to be here. I'm glad that God blessed me, give me the opportunity to come here and speak to you guys about where I come from and what I went through and where I'm going. I'm originally from McKinney, Texas. I was homeless. Well, let me start from the beginning. I'm from McKinney, Texas, and in the beginning, I never thought I would be homeless. I had a great family. It was wonderful, but I straight off made poor decisions, and from that moment on, everything went downhill. I lived in the streets for 8 years. I never thought I was going to come out of it. I went from putting everything in the storage to losing the storage, from taking the things that I had in the car, living in the car, from losing the car to living out of a bag, losing the bag, living on the steps. In that order was my life. I got tired. Decisions had to be made, and changes had to be made. I decided I need a change. I was directed here to Grayson County. When I got here, as Cindy mentioned, I had that container with just everything that I owned in there. And I guarded it with my life because I was so unappreciative of life and what I had, and I was very disappointed in myself how I'd squandered off everything that I owned due to bad decisions, not listening to my parents, wanted to just do whatever, not thinking about the consequences and what they would lead me into. Since then, I've done some heavy thinking. I got to Grayson County Shelter, and I walked through that door, and I looked around, and I said, I am homeless. I'm truly homeless. I saw Cindy standing in her office looking around, getting ready to, I guess, decorate and kind of get with the program. I was angry, but I was excited. I was embarrassed, but I was ready. I get there, I get a room with bunk beds on top of bunk beds on top of bunk beds. This was the best thing that ever happened to me. I was humble and submissive, and I was willing to be quiet and listen, follow directions, and cooperate. I did this every day for 4 months. I cleaned a bathroom. I cleaned 7 bathrooms every morning, faithfully. In the midst of being there at the shelter, I was sick, dealing with some medical issues. I never let that get me down. Everything that Cindy would present in front of me, I would write it on paper, and I would look at it, and I would get it done. There was nothing standing in my way that would stop me from getting where I am today. And I will tell you this, it was very hard. I have a group of people that I'm surrounded by that are grounded, that are on time and consistent and are stable in everything that they do. And they expect a lot out of me. We are accountable for each other, and it's very important that we look into the lives of others, because it could be one of us, like it was me. Since then, I have accomplished so much. And it was step after step after step. And I got a lot of no's and no, we can't help you, and no, we can't do this. And then, God opened up some doors for me. I started working really hard because I wanted to turn around and say, hey, I'm not going to stay here. I'm going to leave and go back to what I was doing. It was better. It was worse. To give up is worse. So I decided I'm going to give it everything that I got, and I did. I started progressing at the Grayson County Shelter. I will tell you, Paige and Cindy, there's a group of people there that are so loving and caring, and they offer you so much, but you have to do something with it. You've got to get up every morning, and you've got to put forth the effort to get out there and get it, because it's out there. This is the best place that I've ever been to in my life. And I will tell you this, when I was in West Plano, I had money, and I would have never thought I'd been homeless, but this is the best time of my life. Coming here, being in this park tonight, staying at the Grayson County Shelter. I do a lot of things that got me where I am today. I go to counseling, group counseling every Monday night, where I'm in a group, where we express ourselves, where we help others, where we reach out to each other to try to resolve things that we can't do on our own. I go to one-on-one counseling once a week, where I talk to my counselor about things and where I want to go in life and what's bothering me. It's important that you speak out and do that, because secrets will kill you. They're not any good. It's good to get to air things out, to resolve things, to diffuse things, is to put them on a plate and take a bite at a time at resolving them. I can assure you it will work. Look at me. I'm a living progress. I can assure you that. So far, I have moved in my own place. I went to Cindy, and I was looking for just any kind of apartment. I was like, I want to move anywhere. And she was like, well, let's just see about that, and let's write some things down. So I looked at an apartment, and I was like, if I could have gotten an apartment the size of that box, if it's just a kitchen and a bathroom would fit, I was grateful, because I had been out on the streets. And that really got my attention, because I so wanted to go back to Plano and live the life that I had lived before. This is my life today, and it is wonderful. I moved in a 2-bedroom duplex on Morton. And I said, I don't need a 2-bedroom. It's just me. I just need one little piece of room, and I just need to put that little box right there. And, God blessed me with that. And I have like 20 of those containers now full of stuff in the storage. Yeah. And that little storage, what I have in the storage now, was my house. That box was my house. That box was a dresser. It was a chair. I turned it over. I made it do a lot of things. And I will tell you this. I am so grateful to have met such wonderful people like Liz and Linda Polero from DARS, and a lot of ladies on the staff at the Salvation Army. These people get up every day, and these people work hard to save lives, to reach out to others. Some people have no direction. Some people don't want it. I wanted it. I grabbed hold of it. And I mean business. I'm so glad to be a part of this event tonight. I have a wonderful grandson that lives with me right now. I can tell you this, 2 years ago, I wouldn't have been able to take care of him. I wasn't capable mentally, physically, or financially to do that. Today, I'm doing it. And I owe a lot of it to the Grayson County Shelter, to Grayson County. And I'm elated to be here. And I want to thank you guys for allowing me to share my story here tonight. And God bless you all.